Hello everyone, welcome to Tugrill. Critical errors on your WordPress website can happen for quite literally any reason. Plugin conflicts, theme conflicts, depending on which plugins or themes you're using, depending on your website configuration. But the good news is figuring out what's wrong and how to fix it is really easy within WordPress, and you don't have to be a developer or someone who knows how to code to fix these issues. In this video, I'm going to share you guys a general protocol that I follow each time I run into these errors, and I am so not a developer. I don't know how to code, I just know how to use WordPress. So I hope that perspective helps. Let's get started with the video, but before we do, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Oh, and if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. Super important. Alright, boys and girls, here we are within the computer screen. Now, you're just met with this error. There has been a critical error on your website. Please check your site admin email inbox for instructions. What do you do in this case? Now, first of all, I'd like you to check whether or not you can still access your WordPress admin area. Your domain name / WordPress admin. If you can still access your admin area, amazing. This is going to make things really easy for you. But if you can't access it, then you're going to have to access your website's files. Now, if you're developing locally like I am, then you can simply open the site folder and you'll have access to all of your website's files. Now, if your website is currently in a hosting, then you're going to have to access the cPanel or whatever other sort of panel your hosting company provides you. So basically, you just have to gain access to your website's files, and once you've gotten access to your files, you can simply go within public here, and within public you'll find this file called wp-config.php. Now, let's say you can still access your WordPress admin area, then you can simply install plugins like WordPress File Manager. It's a free plugin, and you can still access your WordPress config file from in here, and then you can simply edit it, right? For me, since I'm using local, it's really easy for me to, just open these files. And yeah, here is my wp-config.php file. Now, whenever you're doing any sort of changes into these files, just make sure you copy it. Alright, create a new notepad and just save it as like a backup, just like this. Let me just name it backup, right? And I'll just save it somewhere. Now, obviously, the things I'm going to show you in this video, they're not going to be super techy, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to play around with a whole lot of code. Basically, once you're in here, you just have to paste in these 3 lines of code, and that is define WordPress debug as true, WordPress debug log as true, and WordPress debug display as true or false, depending on your scenario, which I'll explain in just a bit. Now, oftentimes, whenever you're accessing your WordPress config file, there might be some other plugins, or there might be your own hosting that have already added these parameters for you. In that case, you can simply see if there is anything that says, WordPress debug, etc. Then you can simply turn those to true. If not, you can simply paste in these 3 lines of code, and you need to paste these 3 lines of code in this area right here, where it starts off by saying for developers, WordPress debugging mode. And yeah, after these comments basically end, you can simply paste in these 3 lines of code right before. That's all. Stop editing. Happy publishing. And once you've done these, now what's going to happen is WordPress is going to enter debugging mode, and a debug file will be created for you. So if I were to go back, if I go back here within my files, I can go within WP content and I'll find this log file right here, and debug.log file. If I open it up, then yeah, I can see what issues I'm having within my site, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of issues here. Now, the third thing that I wanted to tell you about is this right here, WP debug display. If you set this thing to true, it's going to show you in the front end exactly what error you're having. So right now I've set it to true, and if I refresh this, then it's going to show me exactly all the errors I'm having right here. Now, oftentimes, if you're working on a production ready website, you don't want other people knowing that you have some sort of error going on in your website. So yeah, if you're working on a local environment or on a test site, you can set it to true, and you'll see exactly what's going on, and you can fix that issue, right? Now, once you have access to exactly what's going wrong with your WordPress site, here comes in the second part. You need to figure out what's causing this issue. Now, for me, this right here is a minor PHP error. Something has been deprecated, so don't even worry about this. But here we have a fatal error, and this is currently being caused by WP content plugins block art. So it is being caused because of this plugin right here. So now we know exactly which plugin is causing this issue. Now, for you, it can either be a plugin, it can be your theme, or it can be any sort of custom code that you're using. So generally, your WordPress debug logs will help you figure out the problematic code, and you can go ahead and you can either disable the problematic plugin or theme, or if you have a custom code, you can simply remove it from your files. And yeah, this is the exact information you're going to be seeing within your debug logs as well. So if I scroll down here, then you can see it is the same issue here being caused by the block art blocks plugin. Totally cool, right? So now that we've figured out what the issue is, if you can access your WordPress admin area, what you can do is you can go within your plugins. If it's a plugin that's causing this issue, then you can simply deactivate that plugin. And once that plugin has been deactivated, let me refresh it. And there it is. And there it is. I can access my website just fine. Now, for some reason, if you cannot access your WordPress admin area, then what you can do is you can simply go within your folders, right? And within your WP content folder, you can open it up. You'll see plugins, all themes in here. Basically, these are the folders that store your plugins and your themes. And you can go in there and you can simply either rename the file, disabled. I like to add a dash or a hyphen and disabled so that I can remove it later. And once I change its name, it will be disabled. And then I would come back and then I would refresh it. And, again, it would start working just fine. So now I figured out that the Block Art Blocks plugin is causing this issue. First of all, what I would check is whether or not they have an update. Now, if they had an update, it would show up right here. I would click on update and then bam, my plugin would be updated. And generally that fixes a lot of your problems. But if updating your plugin does not fix the issue, then you can either go ahead and you can find other plugins that you can use instead of that plugin. Or if you cannot find a different plugin to work with here, just like I am, because I've used the Block Art Blocks plugin to create my entire landing pages, I cannot use a different plugin. So what do I do in this case? Well, in this case, I'll simply reach out to the Block Art team. I'll simply go over to their website. Right, and I would fill out a support request. They have a contact us page. I would simply go over there, and yeah, they have a live chat functionality here, so I can tell them, hey, I am having XYZ issue, help me. I can just talk to them basically. And if I want to really help them out, then I would simply fill out this form right here, give them images or screenshots. I would paste in my code or like the error log, and then they would help me figure out what issue I'm having. Now the problem for this is that their team needs to review your request and then they need to get back to you, and that can take some time. So what do you do in that case? If you're someone who knows a little bit about code, then what you can do is you can leverage AI into this. I'm having this XYZ error, what do? I can simply ask that to AI and maybe it's going to give me some fixes. Now yes, for this method you're gonna have to get your hands dirty and you're gonna have to work with a little bit of code. Now I've created a totally separate video for that. If you want to check it out, it'll be the first link down in the description below, so make sure you check it out. But yeah, this is basically what you would do if you have errors within your WordPress website, any sort of critical errors. This is how you would go about fixing it. Generally it is due to plugins or themes conflicting with each other. So in that case, you're just gonna have to find something that does not conflict with each other, or you're gonna have to reach out to the plugin authors, and then hopefully they'll help you fix it. So I hope this video was helpful. This is my general protocol whenever I am working on a website and I run into any sort of critical errors. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. All the helpful links or any of the videos that I've mentioned in the video will be down in the description below. Make sure you check it out. And I suppose that's about it for this video. I'm Sid and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care. Oh, and follow me on Twitter. Bye.